I recently realized in my lifetime, I've probably flown like 1.5 miles, which is pretty insane.
So
Yeah.
1.5 as in million.
Million. Yeah, 1.5 million. I don't believe a human being is supposed to do something like this. It's a lot of time in the air. It's a lot of dehydration, time changes, and I don't know how I survived, actually. 195, we're done. We're done.
We're done. Finale.
Hello, my name is Jessica Nabongo, and I am the first documented Black woman to visit all 195 countries in the world.
While there's no official count, it's estimated that just a few hundred people have traveled to every country on Earth, making Jessica Nabongo part of an exclusive club. But her dream never would have happened without taking a risk.
After I finished undergrad, I moved back to Detroit, and I was working for 2 years full-time for a pharmaceutical company. And I quit that job, which was very lucrative. And what it was for me is that I realized that ordinary life just wasn't for me.
She spent the next 7 years living abroad, first in Japan for a year, then earning a master's degree at the London School of Economics, next working for an NGO in Benin, and then in Rome, working for the United Nations. All the while, she was still traveling on the side, and from there, her big idea was born.
In February 2017, I decided to give myself a deadline to finish off the last 135 countries, because when I started the journey, I was already at 60.
In 2019, Jessica completed her quest in the Seychelles on October 6th.
195. It was an amazing experience. I definitely was on a high. I traveled on the same flight as about 30 some odd friends and family. The culmination of such a humongous journey, to be able to celebrate that with family and friends, it's like an irreplaceable feeling.
What are some of like the messages you've been receiving from people that have followed your journey?
It's been really overwhelming because, you know, I'm touching people who I had no idea I was touching. Now, a lot of times I'll refer to it as our journey, because I feel like I picked up so many co-travelers along the way. I've been tagged in posts in Indonesia, in Israel, in so many different parts of the world that I never could have imagined.
To pay for her expensive quest, Jessica dipped into her savings, an income from her previous job with the UN and Jet Black, her own luxury travel agency. She also worked with tourism boards, hotels, brands on social media, and received donations on GoFundMe to help finish her trek. And while her IG photos are FOMO-inducing, Jessica says that's not the point. Instead, she aims to peel back some of the community's misleading messages.
The only thing I'm trying to really influence is like responsible storytelling. For me, when I travel, I think a lot about how I'm representing someone else's country.
We are here in Nauru. This is Fuad, and he is from Iraq.
And in particular, when it comes to brown and black countries, I work really hard to show people the reality. Brown and black countries are vilified in the media all the time, in particular in the Middle East and African countries. And I work to sort of normalize these countries. And so it's really about not only creating beautiful imagery around that, but really giving a voice to the voiceless.
At times during her travels, Jessica also found herself as an unofficial representative of sorts, a role that many people of color face while globetrotting, and often with its own set of challenges.
There was a lot of picture taking, sometimes a lot of staring. I can remember being in rural Kyrgyzstan, and I noticed cars stopping and people staring, but really understanding the context of many of these people have never seen someone who looks like me. And from that perspective, it makes it a lot easier to deal with, because it's not coming from a malicious place, it's coming from a place of curiosity.
People say, oh, millennials, you guys spend too much money on experiences. What are your thoughts on when people kind of throw out that critique?
Traveling has definitely changed my relationship with consumerism as well. Just seeing how other people live in different parts of the world, you realize, in particular in the US, how we just buy too many things. So I think that it's a worthy cause to spend your money on experiences rather than goods.
Jessica traveled to 89 countries on 6 continents alone. And finally, yes, she knows you're about to ask.
Everyone wants to know, what is my favorite country? And sadly, I don't have one. There's so much that the world has to offer. I hope that my journey just shows so many people, no matter if they're Black or white, no matter if they're old or young, male or female, I hope that this journey just really shows people that if you want to go somewhere, you can just get up and go and not have any fear around it.